So at the outset, I would like to welcome you all for the POGS AMOX quiz on surgical skills in obstetrics and gynecology. I congratulate all of you for qualifying for the finals. Okay. First of all, I would like to thank Pune Obstetric and Gynecological Society for starting this annual POGS AMOX quiz, which was started 3 years back, and POGS gave a generous contribution of 3.5 lakh rupees to start this quiz and take this as an annual event. You need power only when you do want to do something harmful. Otherwise, love is enough to get everything done. So first time we had good number of teams in Amravati answered the toughest questions in the elimination round, and the winners will get the POGS AMOX trophy for their medical college. So it will include all colors of obstetrics and gynecology and specifically dealing with the skills. Okay. This is the quiz committee for AMOX, myself, Dr. Bhavna, Dr. Lalita Lokhande. We have for the time and the scores Dr. Ranjita and Dr. Pranjali. Thank you, madam. Thank you. So references have been taken from standard textbooks, index journals and authentic internet sites. Scoring will be announced at the start of each round, so that each round will have different scoring. So you have to pay attention and different time keeping. Quizmaster's decision will be final and binding on all participants. Can I now request all the teams to introduce themselves and check their buzzers? Team A.
Okay. I'm Dr. Pooja Fadtare from GMCH Aurangabad, Junior Resident 2.
Okay.
I'm Dr. Sushmita Pawar from GMC Aurangabad, JR2.
Right. Team B.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shweta Lalgudi from GMC Meeraj, JR2 OBGYN.
I'm Dr. Nesha Gosai, GMC Meeraj, JR2.
Team C.
Hello. I'm Dr. Ankita Balara from MGM Aurangabad.
You are not loud enough. Is your mic working? So your answer should be loud and clear enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dr. Ankita.
Mic is not working.
I'm Dr. Ankita Balara from MGM Aurangabad, JR3.
I'm Dr. Monica from MGM Aurangabad, JR3.
Hello, I'm Dr. Ritu Saini from Dr. PDMMC Amravati, second year resident.
Dr. Ambika Jachuk, JR3, Dr. PDMC Amravati.
Okay. So we had an introduction of all the teams. You'll face some tough questions. So मंजिलें चाहे कितनी भी ऊंची क्यों ना हो दोस्तों, रास्ते हमेशा पैरों के नीचे होते हैं. With all this, best wishes to all of you. May you fight well. So we have the first round. So I'll be conducting the first round for you. And this is Pehchan Kaun. So we'll peep into the history of OBGY. And remember our topic for the quiz is skills in OBGY. So the history will be related to that. Okay. So yeah, I'll tell the scores. So the rules is that you will be getting total 30 seconds. Okay. So 30 seconds for this round. Once I complete the question, the time will start. In these 30 seconds, you will be shown a picture and you have to identify the place or the person or something else. Okay, it will be asked to you. If you don't identify, you can take a first clue. If you take the first, without any clue, if you answer, you will be getting 20 marks. If you take the first clue, 15. If you take the second clue, 10. If you take the third clue, 5. And if you don't answer or wrong answer, 0 marks. Then you won't, if you answer incorrectly before taking your clues, other clues won't be given to you. Okay, so you can utilize all your clues. There is no negative marking for this. And we'll be starting with team A. Okay, ready? Identify this house or the city. It's a 17th century gabled house. कुछ तो झोल झपाटा था इस हाउस में. Your time has started. Place in England with obstetric significance. Last clue you want?
Yeah.
Time is over.
Okay, we'll give it to them. The secret of forceps was hidden here for more than 100 years. You have to identify the place.
Oh shit.
At least you tell me who lived here.
This
Time up? Yeah?
This family kept the secret of forceps.
Yeah,
That's exactly.
But you have to identify either the family's surname or the place. So the answer is, anyone from the audience?
Chamberlains.
Yes. So Priyanka is right. Can we give a chocolate to Priyanka first? First question gone to audience. And Priyanka Hall is situated in London, and they had hidden the forceps here, which were found 100 years after the death. Initially they were used in the 17th or 18th century, and they were found out 100 years later. You can see in the right hand extreme corner, there was a wooden chamber where they are hidden the forceps. So this is the Chamberlain who had first invented forceps. Second question coming up for team B. Ready? Identify this personality at first go. The time starts now. First clue, he is from Sweden. Second clue, an important discovery related to instrumental deliveries in 1953. He originally used the instrument in the first stage of labor to improve the uterine action by pulling the head down to the cervix. No. So you have answered, so you don't get marks for this. So 0 marks for your team A and B. Anyone from the audience? Now I will give you a direct answer that this is related to vacuum. Who invented vacuum? The modern generation vacuum. Yes. Tage Malmström. No chocolate again. Eh? Tage Malmström from Sweden, the father of modern vacuum extractor. This was a question in your elimination round. Okay. So team C, ready?
Yes.
Identify this personality. First clue. He's an Italian-German physician, practiced ops to earn livelihood, but his original passion was something different.
Second clue.
He invented the primitive endoscope. The invention of endoscope goes to him. He is also, last clue?
Last
He is
clue.
also called as the father of endoscopy. So time up. He is Philip Bozzini. Okay, he is called as the father of endoscopy. Next question for team D. Identify this personality. It's difficult, so I'll give you the first clue. This is an important clue. He has contributed to surgical management of carcinoma colon. I know this is out of question of colon, why I'm asking, but he has also done work in gynecology. Second, his principle is employed in the surgical management of gynec oncology. He has set some principle. That third clue is that principle. If you want the third clue. Third clue for 5 marks. So it is called as whose second look surgery? Who invented this second look surgery in oncology? This is given in Thielens. Time is there? Okay. Anyone from the audience? Difficult one. Owen Harden Wangenstein. So it is called as Wangenstein's second look surgery. So difficult round. You have a breather in the second round. So nobody has scored in the first round, but anywhere you are answering the quiz, no, you have to peep in the history and know the scientists. So that was the message here. For the audience, identify his personality. I will give the clues. He was an opinion leader in obstetrics and the father of modern obstetrics. And he advocated prophylactic episiotomy, that you have to give episiotomy in every case. He advocated that, and that's why his name is featured on Time magazine. So he is Joseph Bolivar D. Lee. So I think the scorers are not troubled in this round, and we'll straight away go to the second round, which Dr. Bhavna is going to take. One more question. So this ये generation का पीछे के जनरेशन का पूछ लिया, ये जनरेशन का क्वेश्चन है. आइडेंटिफाई दिस पर्सनैलिटी हु हैज डन इमेंस वर्क इन हिस्ट्रोस्कोपी. He invented the BIOH, if you know. OH stands for office hysteroscopy. Now, yes, the office hysteroscope is also named by him. Yeah, good, Priyanka. So it's Stefano Bitocci. Okay, so can I ask Dr. Bhavna to conduct the second round? This is working. Not working.
Am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay. So we proceed with the second round, which is the MCQ round. It is a round with direct question. Every team gets a question. Correct answer gets a 10 marks. No negative marking. It is a question pass on round, and if it is passed, then the other team gets 5 marks. It can be passed further till the last team, no issues.
It will be passed to all the teams simultaneously. So you have to write on the paper within 5 seconds.
Yes.
Okay, you have to write the answer. So you have to keep your answers ready. 10 seconds for 20 seconds for their first
direct
question, 20 seconds for the pass, it is 5 seconds.
So team A,
And we will start with team B now.
team B, team B. This question is for team B. Team B ready? Yeah. The preset pressure of pneumoperitoneum for performing laparoscopic surgery in a normal adult lady should be. Team B.
Team B has to answer it first. Yeah.
Option A 42, B 22, C 32, D 12 mm of Hg.
That's right. So that's right.
That's
so they
the correct
get
answer.
+10.
They get +10. So for the team C now, as you can see, in case of previous laparotomy, the best entry technique is direct trocar, closed, varus at the Palmer's point or varus at the umbilicus.
C, varus at Palmer's point.
Yes. So they get
Correct answer, you get 10 marks. Proceeding with the next team, team D, question for you. In TLH, the most likely chances of ureteric injury are near the IP ligament, the lateral pelvic wall, uterine artery coagulation, during the uterine artery coagulation, or at the McIndore's ligament.
20 seconds.
Ma'am, uterine artery coagulation.
Past question passes to other teams. They have to give you. They have to write
You
their
have to write
answers.
your answer on your this thing in the next 5 seconds.
You have to give it. Team D has written D, which is correct, and you have written B, which is wrong. So team B gets +5.
B.
Yeah, team B gets +5.
Plus 5. Plus 5.
Keep your next page ready for the answer.
Turn your page and keep your next page ready. So McIndore's ligament is the right answer. Proceeding in the next. So for team A, the next question. Hassen's technique is open entry, Palmer's entry at previous laparotomy, infraumbilical close entry, supraumbilical close entry.
A, open entry.
Right.
Correct answer. Correct answer.
So
You
they
get +10.
+10.
Team A.
A. Team B has got bonus 5. Okay. So then audience.
So the audience question. A 28-year-old woman complains of amenorrhea after dilatation and curettage surgery. Most likely diagnosis is?
Thank you.
I don't have so many chocolates now.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Bhavna. And can we have the scores? या मेरे पास
Team B gets 10 plus 5, that is 15 points. Team C gets 10 points, and Team D is at 0 right now.
Okay.
All the best.
Okay, no problem. So we have 8 rounds in total, so multiple chances to score. So we'll go with the next round, which is skills in antepartum procedures or maneuvers. Okay, so we'll be starting again in a clockwise fashion. So last round was started with Team B. We'll now start with Team C. So the rules are that this has got 2 parts. If you answer the first part correctly, you will get 10 marks. And if you answer the first part, you will be getting a chance to answer the second part. So you will be getting 10 marks again. So total 20 marks maximum. There is no transfer and no negative marking. So you can attempt. Okay. And questions are C, D, A and B in that sequence.
Time will be
right?
20 seconds only.
20 seconds. 20 seconds to answer their first part and 10 seconds to answer second part. Okay, so Team C ready? Identify this test and what gestational it is done. 20 seconds time starts now.
It is chorionic villus sampling and it is done between 10 to 12 weeks of gestational age.
Absolutely right. So can we have a round of applause for them? And second question to you is, what are the other alternative tests which can serve the purpose?
NIPT. It is a non-invasive test.
More specific? You have to tell 2 specific tests. NIPT is a screening test. So since I have mentioned NIPT in the answer, you will get 5 marks. But the best answer would have been amniocentesis and umbilical cord blood sampling. Okay? So they get 5. 10 plus 5, yeah. Yeah. So next question for Team D. Ready? Easy questions in this round. Identify this USG picture.
Ring of fire.
You have to give the diagnosis.
Ectopic pregnancy.
Absolutely right. So 10 marks. Give me, describe the criteria for medical management of ectopic.
If the patient is hemodynamically stable.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1. Hemodynamically stable. Yes. So you get 10 plus 5, 15. Anyone from the participants would like to tell the medical management?
Beta HCG should be less than 5,000. And
what is the RCOG guideline? Does it say 5,000? Anyone? So there are different guidelines which are given. So what does the RCOG say? We will follow one. So ectopic size should be less than 3.5. The cardiac activity should be absent. Patient should be hemodynamically stable, and the RCOG says that it should be less than 3,000. However, 5,000 is not that too much wrong. Okay. So Team D gets 15. We'll proceed with Team A now. Ready? Identify this procedure.
This is external cephalic version.
Right. So 10. And what is the success rate of this procedure? 1 part. And methods to increase success rate.
Methods to increase success rate is that if you should do it after 37 weeks of gestation.
1.
Tocolytics should be given.
After 37 weeks is the prerequisite. Methods to increase success rate. Yes.
Tocolysis should be given.
1. So I give you 5 marks for that. So 10 plus 5 again. So the success rate is 50%, and methods to increase success rate is tocolysis is level A evidence. You can do a fetal acoustic stimulation and epidural analgesia, again level B evidence. So this is what RCOG guidelines say, right? So this is a take home message, routinely done things I am asking. Now Team B, ready? So 15 marks I guess. 15. Identify this procedure. Team B, 20 seconds. No prompting, please.
Amnio reduction?
No. You can see a scope there. So you have already answered. So you don't get the second part. So that is a wrong answer. The question is not passed, but any of the teams would like to answer?
It is ablation of the artery when there is
What is this called as? Yes, you are right.
Transfusion
You are right. What is it called as? Whenever you put a scope, when the fetus is there, you called it as?
Fetoscopic.
Yeah, fetoscope. So what is this procedure? Fetoscopic? Ablation by laser. And name other name for this syndrome where what you can see? What is this syndrome called as?
Twin transfusion syndrome.
Yes, TTTS or twin transfusion syndrome. What is Quintero staging? 1 A B C D or 1 2 3 4 5. Yeah, so I've shown here the Quintero staging, and the question was what is stage 5? That indicates fetal demise. So till stage 2 you can follow up, but once there is stage 3 you have to go do a rigorous follow up or delivery. Okay, or you have to do this procedure. Okay, so all the teams have been done. So we'll go to the audience till we have scores. So you can just calculate the scores for the total both the rounds. Before we have an audience question, identify this procedure. Easy one. Oh, it's a laparoscopic cerclage. And when is this done? Any specific indications of this? Abdominal cerclage or laparoscopic cerclage, any specific indications? Why do you do abdominal cerclage when there are two methods, Shirodkar's and McDonald's? Why do you have to practice? So I'll give the answer. So it's whenever the transvaginal cerclage is difficult, like there you have a torn cervix, okay, it's gone up and you don't have a cervix to stitch. And second thing is that whenever there is a failure of transvaginal cerclage, so you can practice laparoscopic cervical cerclage, and the most easy thing is to do an interval cerclage. So before even the pregnancy is there, you can put an interval cerclage. That is easy thing because you can't manipulate the uterus whenever the patient is pregnant. So it can be done at that time, but it's technically difficult. Okay. So the round is done. Before the end of third round, the scores are?
By the end of third round, team A is at 25 points, team B at 15 points, team C at 25 points, and team D has 15 points.
Okay. So all are fighting well. Can we have a round of applause for them? Thank you. The audience is also wonderful. At this moment of time, everybody is there. Thank you, audience. So next round is obstetric emergencies, very lovable topic to all the postgraduates. So now we'll be having the rules for this round. So this is a transfer round. The time is 20 seconds. You'll be getting a direct question, which will be 10 plus 10 marks. That is 10 for the first part and 10 for the other parts. If the team is not able to answer, it will be passed to other teams. So here it is no ABCD. So you have to write the answers fast. Okay, the other teams. You keep your pages ready and you have to write the answer. And there is no negative marking. Once the team which is answering is incorrect, then only the question passes to all the teams at that time, like we did in the last round. Okay. So we'll be starting with team D now. Ready? Identify this procedure. Time starts now. 20 seconds.
Tubal ligation? No.
Oh.
Uterine artery.
Wrong. So I have heard your answer. You said tubal ligation and uterine artery ligation. The question is passed. I will give you the second part as well. You have to write the second part as well. So identify the procedure, and next part is enumerate important surrounding structures. Only 2 important structures are enough. Yes. Okay. Okay. Right. So team C has answered it correctly. Internal iliac artery ligation, and the important structures are ureter and external iliac artery. That is right. So they get 5 plus 5, 10 marks. Team B has answered. This is your answer. Okay. So you haven't answered the first part. you haven't answered the first part, identify the procedure, but they have answered the second part. Okay, so they will get 5 marks for it. And team A has answered internal ligation and ureter and iliac veins, so that is right. So they get +5 + 5, that is 10. So scorers, I think you got the points. 10, 5, 10 for teams and 0 for team D right now. Yeah. So next question coming up for team A. Ready? Identify this condition. Time 20 seconds starts now. There is no negative marking, so you can attempt. Your time has started.
Ruptured ectopic.
Ectopic pregnancy in the other uterine horn.
Right. Okay. So the full answer you have given in your stipulated time, so I give it to you. Next question is enumerate pregnancy complication in patients having uterine anomalies.
Preterm deliveries.
Okay.
Ectopic gestation in.
Okay. This is not valid as such. So any
malpresentations.
Okay. Anything else?
Presentation
So
abnormal presentation.
2 you have answered. 2 what is I expected. So you get 10 + 10, 20 marks. So team A scores well, and these are the complications. So here the exact answer would have been uterine bicornis unicollis, but I give it to you with a ruptured non-communicating uterine horn, and the complications are recurrent pregnancy losses, preterm delivery, rupture of the ectopic horn, IUGR malpresentations, and increased chances of cesarean delivery. Okay, so any of these 2, so that is right. So team A gets full marks, 20. Next question for team B. Ready? Identify this condition after the specimen is removed. What is this condition? The arrow is shown in black mark, which is guiding you, and you can see the whole picture and answer. 20 seconds, 20 seconds. If you don't answer, there is no negative marking. You have to answer within your time. Time over, so it passes to other teams. Answer it fast. Okay, so team A has given it. Team B, right. Can we have the second part? Yeah, second part. Just write the second part. Okay. So the second part, yeah. Enumerate the predisposing conditions for the answer you are given. 2 predisposing conditions. Yeah, placenta percreta or morbidly adherent placenta, which is correct, and previous LSCS, previous history of curettage, that's right. So 5 + 5. Placenta previa with accreta, right? Previously scarred uterus. What's you have written here? No. So 1 is right. So you get 2.5, 5 and 2.5. And placenta accreta and previous repeated check curettage and previous LSCS, so they get 5 + 5. So yeah, so team A gets 5 + 5, 10. Team C gets 5 + 2.5, and team D gets 5 + 5 for the bonus. Yeah. This is a morbidly adherent placenta with post-obstetric hysterectomy specimen, and the predisposing factors all I've told. Team C, identify this condition, and your time starts now. 20 seconds. Please don't prompt. Come on, time ticking.
Uterine inversion.
Absolutely right. Why are you taking so much time? So you can see PPH there, you can see uterine inversion. Yeah. So next question is enumerate different modalities of treatment for such patients. You have to answer at least 2 different modalities. Yes, come on.
Under general anesthesia, the uterus is reposited.
1.
And
Not able to answer till the bell. You would have at least attempted. No, it is this doesn't pass. So team C gets 10 plus 5. Second part you get only 5 for your partial answer. So it is acute uterine inversion because of the adherent placenta and manual reposition under anesthesia, hydrostatic or O'Sullivan's reduction. Then you have operative techniques called as Huntington techniques where you pull the round ligaments. If that is not possible, you cut the constriction ring, which is called as the Halton's procedure, and you can do a laparoscopy and you can do a hysterectomy if PPH is not controlled. Okay? Thank you. So now audience question before we have scores. So normal delivery was tried, normal delivery was completed, there was a retained placenta, and labor room mein the JR2 was like, I am not JR1, so I am confident, and I am not JR3, so I will not inform. So he tried to do the placental removal on his own. However, the placenta came out partially and he introduced ovum forceps to remove that. So ovum forceps or sponge holding to remove that. And after this, there was PPH and this complication was seen. What is the complication? Some sort of it, yes. It's a lateral perforation causing broad ligament hematoma. Okay. So enumerate different modalities of treatment. That's quite easy. So you have to explore, and if it's a small hematoma and small rupture, you can follow up. But obviously this patient had PPH, so she had to go exploration, removal of the hematoma and suturing of the rent. Okay, thank you. So can we have the scores at the end of this round?
At the end of 4th round, team A is at 65 points, team B is at 20 points, team C at 57.5 points, and team D at 25 points.
Wonderful. Can we have a round of applause for all the teams fighting well? And 4 rounds remaining, so halfway through we are. Can I request Bhavna madam to take again a decision making MCQ rounds, and this again will be a mixed bag with obstetrics and gynec questions. Okay.
So, proceeding with the rules, this is a no transfer round. Correct answer gets 10 marks, no negative marking, and the round starts with team D.
Yeah, 20 seconds.
Yeah, 20 seconds.
We'll start with A.
Ventus application, forceps rotation to occiputo anterior and then delivery, LSCS, or forceps application in direct occiput posterior position. Time starts now.
Please don't prompt. The learned audience, please don't prompt.
Forceps rotation to occipital anterior and delivery.
Wrong answer.
Sure, you are going to do that one.
This is a deep transverse arrest, as you can see.
And LSCS shall be, it is a viable fetus, it is written clearly, right?
So these are easy questions. Think what you do in the labor room. Okay. So they get 0 for it.
0 marks they get. Next team.
This is the answer and next.
Answer is C, that is LSCS. So next team, team B question for you. Initial treatment for rectovaginal fistula should be colporaphy, colostomy, perineocolporaphy, or primary repair.
Please don't prompt. Please control your emotions. We have questions for you. We don't have extra questions for them. So the other teams will feel bad if the answer comes from audience. And this is extremely, Priyanka knows this, it's tough to get all these questions.
Team B, your time starts.
C.
Yeah, so anyone from the other teams, it's wrong answer.
They want to answer?
No.
Primary repair.
It's a colostomy. Okay.
Answer is B, colostomy.
It's not a rectal tear or perineal tear extending to the rectum where you can do primary repair. It's a rectovaginal fistula which comes later on. Okay.
So, team C, your question. The possible complications of external cephalic version includes all except cord prolapse, fetal distress, rupture uterus, placental abruption.
You have to think about the least possible because almost all seem to be possible.
All except.
Rupture uterus.
Correct answer. They get plus 10. Next team. Question for you, team D. A 32-year-old G2P1 at 28 weeks gestation presents with complaints of painless vaginal bleeding. Vital data is within normal limit. USG, the placenta is anterior, just touching the internal os. Which of the following would most increase the chance to end up in cesarean hysterectomy? For contraception.
You got the diagnosis clear? Now what will yeah.
For contraception, development of DIC, history of previous NSCS and history of previous abortion. Which of the following would most increase her chance to end up in cesarean hysterectomy?
Time starts.
From history of previous LSCS.
That's right. That's right. That's right. So we have completed one round. Again we have another round of same MCQs. We're starting with team A. So we have two questions each.
What will be the incidence of spillage in a case of ovarian dermoid after laparoscopic cystectomy? 5%, 10, 15, 25, 35%.
Time starts. 20 seconds.
There's no negative.
Difficult with numbers, I know.
You
You can guess. There is no negative marking.
Someone, before the time ends, you can at least add
B15.
Right guess. So sometimes guessing is also working. Okay, great. So team A gets 10.
10 marks. Team B, question for you. Theoretically, what kind of injury related to laparoscopic entry should be reduced by the Hassan or the open technique compared to a varus needle technique?
Remember it is open technique versus varus needle entry.
Okay. So, is it a bowel injury, major vessel injury, splenic injury or a bladder injury? Which is reduced?
Major vessel.
Yes, so I think the lecture previous to this was useful. Good. So you are attentive in that, so they get it right.
So that's the correct answer. Major vessel injury can be reduced with the open technique. Team C, question for you. Best surgical incision for retropubic tape procedure is Phalanstein, midline vertical, the Cherney's incision or the Kushner's incision?
Cherney's incision.
Bang on. Difficult question and correct answer. So
Sure of that.
very good.
The correct answer is Cherney's incision.
Plus 10.
Team D, question for you. The best surgical outcome can be achieved by which surgery in a 48-year-old female with vaginal wall prolapse? With a wall prolapse, she has 2 normal vaginal deliveries and is sexually active. You got the question? Abdominosacrocolpoplexy, sacrospinous fixation, colpoclasis or a colposuspension.
Sacrospinous fixation.
No. Anyone?
Anyone else wants to answer?
Yes. Abdominal sacrocolpopexy is best because this will maintain her total vaginal length.
So, option A was the correct answer.
So team D gets 0 and we have an audience question.
We have an audience question. So, for the audience, which of the following is true for polyhydramnios? Acute polyhydramnios rarely leads to labor pain prior to 28 weeks. The incidence of associated malformations is approximately 3%. Esophageal atresia is accompanied by polyhydramnios in nearly 10% of cases. Complications include placental abruption, uterine dysfunction and PPH. Which is true for polyhydramnios?
That's right. That's right.
The correct answer, Dr. Amit Makbe gets a chocolate.
Yeah, please give.
Gets 77.5 points.
Wow.
And team D gets 35 points.
Okay, so we have a India-Pakistan thriller going on between team A and C. Can we have a round of applause for them? And team B and D you don't need to worry because ये round जो है ये सब उलटफेर कर देगा. You have seen that Bangladesh-India match and Dhoni did a stumping. So this is going to happen if you correctly place your buzzers. So this is an interesting round. We have lots of questions in this round. Almost 8 questions, so you can score 160 points. That's plus 20 for each. But if you answer incorrectly, you score minus 10, so you can be minus 80 if you attempt all. So that's the round. Very important round, buzzer round. I'll just tell you the rules for this round. This is the fastest finger first or the buzzer round. Once you press the buzzer, others buzzers will not be pressed. So can I request team A to press the buzzer now? Team B and C and D press. No, please don't reset. Abhi reset karo. Haan. Team A press the buzzer. Team B, C, D press the buzzer. So it will not be working. So whosoever will be pressing the buzzer first will get the chance. Okay, but be careful. You will be getting, after I complete my question, you will be getting 15 seconds to think and answer and press the buzzer. Once you press the buzzer, you have to answer quickly. First buzzer, first chance, no pass or transfer. Correct will carry plus 10. Wrong or no answer. If you press the buzzer and don't answer, you have lost the chance for other teams. So you will be getting minus 10. If you answer incorrectly, then also you will be getting minus 10. And if you answer correctly, you will be getting a bonus question, which if you answer, you will be getting 10 plus marks. Right? Am I clear enough?
If you answer, you get another question.
Yeah. If you answer it correctly, you will be getting a bonus question. Okay?
And for that bonus question also there's a minus.
No, bonus you can attempt. Bonus you can attempt. There is 0 or 10. Right? So all teams ready for your first question? Okay. Identify the clinical scenario where this sign is seen. Which team? 3.
Shoulder dystocia.
Wonderful, bang on. So plus 10 for them. What is this sign called as?
Turtleneck sign.
Yes. So you get a bonus question. How to deal with this situation?
There are several maneuvers.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4.
McRoberts maneuver, Rubin's maneuver, wood corkscrew maneuver, and placing the position in all fours.
Anything else? I give it to them. I had planned only 2 right answers for this and they get plus 10 for this. So they get plus 20. Wonderful, team C. So we have the answers here. So this is seen in shoulder dystocia or macrosomia where shoulder dystocia can occur. Any of these would have been right. So all these maneuvers. And we have the next clue coming up. Next question coming up for all the teams. Ready? Buzzer reset. Okay. Identify the unexpected occurrence at C-section in a patient with history of previous LSCS with anterior placenta on USG at 20 weeks. Yes. Team 1. Team A.
This is morbidly adherent placenta.
Continue.
Accreta. Unexpected occurrence. What else am I supposed to answer?
You have to see the picture and tell the exact diagnosis. Morbidly adherent placenta is partial part of it.
Placenta percreta.
Yes, it is placenta percreta. So I give it to you because you have first part was correct and you have to just complete it. So this is percreta. And what is the next line of management for this patient? 10 seconds.
At 20 weeks.
At full term. This unexpected occurrence at C-section.
Okay. We will go forth with
elective C-section, SOS,
Time
obstetric.
up. Answer is wrong. You get plus 10. Elective C-section क्या? अभी C-section शुरू किया है. अभी क्या करोगे? Unexpected occurrence at C-section.
Obstetric hysterectomy.
No. You have to deliver the baby.
And deliver the baby. Yeah.
How will you deliver the baby? Anyone from the audience?
Classical.
Yes, the only indication for classical cesarean section are, one is placenta percreta with low-lying placenta with placenta percreta, and the another is lower segment large huge fibroid. You are not able to take an incision. So they get +10 for the first part and 0 for the next part. So they get +10. The answer is placenta percreta. You never touch the uterine lower segment. Remember, the uterine blood flow at term is how much? 800. Yeah, around 800 to 900 ml per minute. So if you touch the placenta, there are large dilated veins on that lower segment, and it starts bleeding, and the patient will land up in shock immediately. So you have to convert the incision to a midline vertical incision, and you have to go forward with a classical cesarean section. You have to leave the placenta as such. If it is placenta percreta, you have confirmed it. You have to see the extent of bladder, invasion of the bladder, and you have to go forward with either obstetric hysterectomy along with removal of the placenta, or you keep the placenta in situ, suture the uterus back, and try giving methotrexate. These are two lines of management which can be thought of at that point of time. If you have opened the case, you are in periphery, you just close it, refer it to a tertiary care center, and then do it by opening. This is a nightmare for any obstetrician. I have undergone two such scenarios, one in my residency where I lost the patient, I learned a lesson where my lecturer was doing the case, and one in my lecturership where I already learned the lesson, and then I went up with a classical cesarean section and the patient was saved, and we did a obstetric hysterectomy with internal iliac artery ligation. Okay. Next clinical clue coming up for all. Patient was in labor for a long time. What's this problem at cesarean section? Team C.
Hand prolapse.
Wrong. No. It's not passed. It's not passed. However, anyone can answer.
This is rupture uterus.
No. No, this is what you will do is modified Patwardhan. But what is this problem? Right. So team B is absolutely right. So this is a deeply engaged head where the hands first comes out. The clue was given in the question. There was a patient was in labor for a long time. So they get -10. Team C. How to deal with it? Team B has correctly told it is Patwardhans. Two types you can do. For occipito anterior position, you first deliver both the arms and then you go just maneuvering over the buttocks and then remove the limbs. And for occipito posterior position, you remove the limbs in a clockwise or anti-clockwise fashion. You start with the most anterior one, then you go to the leg, then the opposite leg, then the other hand. So this is how, but this is not called as modified Patwardhan's method. Both the techniques are called as Patwardhan's techniques, right? Right. So next clinical clue. So if we get -10, madam, for this round. Okay. Next question. Think, then press the buzzer. Picture of uterus after delivery. The BP was 100/60, pulse is 120. What's the diagnosis?
This is
Team A.
Atonic PPH.
Right, this was easy. Right, so +10. And the second part, next line of management for this case, 1 for 5 marks. And next question is new invention from Gujarat which is gaining popularity. That technique is called as what? And invented by any of these? Yes, first part.
Next line of management will be uterotonics. This is, we've opened the patient up, so surgical line of management.
Absolutely.
In the form of B-Lynch, no, that is either Heyman sutures.
One is B-Lynch, second?
Bilateral uterine compression sutures.
Bilateral uterine artery ligation.
You get 2.5. Because next line of management, it was expected that you answer at least 2 subparts of it. You have answered 1. And the next part of it, you haven't answered within your time. Okay, so you get +2.5 for your answer. You said uterine artery compression. It is uterine artery ligation, but this is called as systemic artery devascularization. So that would have been told, systemic devascularization, atonic uterus and compression sutures. And if it doesn't get cured by that, you very well would have told obstetric hysterectomy or internal iliac artery ligation. And another technique is invented by Dr. Mahesh Gupta from Gujarat called as Komok MG, where he has invented a suture where you pass the suture like the B-Lynch suture. The suture has got 2 threads in it. Whenever you go to the fundus, you cut the thread. One thread you tie on the fundus and another you take laterally and do a uterine artery ligation. So it is combined uterine artery ligation with a bilge. That what he has done. You can see the video he has got on online. Comoc MG technique, and he has published a paper on this. So we should know what Indians are doing, right? So they get 10 plus 2.5, 12.5 for their question. So next clinical clue coming up. Give the most appropriate management of this patient. Surgery is performed now. You can see the picture and you can see something within the picture. The patient had history of perimenopausal bleeding. So what is the management for this patient now? Whether the management is complete, whether the management is incomplete, what else you will do? If you get the diagnosis correct, you have to get the diagnosis correct and then give the correct answer regarding management. So can you get the diagnosis? Time starts now. Yes, team D.
It's CA endometrium.
Yes, and what is the management? The answer should be management. What is the management for this patient?
It's a total abdominal hysterectomy, bilateral sulfing oophorectomy, lymph node dissection, along with omentectomy. TAH
with BSO is the right answer, so I give you plus 10. Second question allied to this is, in endometrial carcinoma stages 1 and occult stage 2, surgical staging is required only in which cases? There are certain criteria given in TLENS. Only in those cases you need to require surgical staging. So 1, 2, 3, 4, at least answer 2. High risk cases. Only 10 seconds for this. Time up. So you get plus 10 for your first answer, and the second answer would have been, if it is stage 1 or occult stage 2 carcinoma, then we do complete surgical staging only in grade 3 lesions or grade 2 tumors more than 2 centimeter, or where there are higher chances of metastasis like clear cell or serous cell histology and more than 50% myometrial invasion and cervical extension. This can be detected on the frozen section. Okay. Next question. Identify the cause of infertility in this patient with history of Cox. Team C. Team C.
Tuberculosis. Tubal block.
Tubal block. Anything else? Tubal block is right answer. Second part, what's the best possible management for this patient?
AKT.
Cox है तो AKT देंगे. Anything best possible for her infertility with tubal block?
First we'll give AKT and followed by
your time is up. So the correct answer is bilateral hydrosulfings. So first part you have answered half, so I'll give you plus 5, not plus 10. Okay, so I don't give a negative marking, but the correct answer would have been bilateral hydrosulfings. You can see a hydrosulfings on both, come on, so you have to guess it right. So it's all tubal factor infertility, but the exact cause is in front of you. It is a bilateral hydrosulfings. And what do you do in a bilateral hydrosulfings? Is you a lab sulfingectomy and then proceed with IVF or ICSI. Because if you leave the hydrosulfings as such and then proceed, then your chances of IVF success are less. So you get plus 5 only for this. Next question. Okay. So there is a video coming up. What is this method of taking suture? No one from the audience? So a fibroid was removed. What is this method of taking suture?
Baseball.
Yes, bang on, plus 10, team C. Second part is, what is the name of the suture used in this picture and what is the uniqueness of that suture? Any special suture used for myomectomy nowadays?
Vicryl.
Wrong. So 10 for first part and 0 for next part. So the correct answer is baseball technique for myoma bed closure, and the suture which is used nowadays is barbed or quill suture. It is a knotless suture. You don't need to take a knot, okay? And you can just take it in a baseball fashion, but actually no, it's not tied because it doesn't slip back. It has got barbs और उसको ऐसे काटे होते हैं, so that you just pull it and it stays there, right? So team C gets +10. Next question. What is the diagnosis in this? This is a hysteroscopy done. Again team C. Great.
Submucosal fibroid.
Submucous fibroid. Right answer, +10. So team C has done ulat fair, I think so, in this round. So +10 for this. Give myoma staging on hysteroscopy. आता है नहीं आता है? Anything, any Figo stage दो, दूसरा कोई दो.
Figo staging 0 to 8. 0 is pedunculated subserosal, while 8 is intracavitary.
You have answered partially, so +5 for them. They have answered 0 correctly within their time. So 10 + 5. That's right. It's Figo is also same, and Wemstekers or ESG is also the same for hysteroscopic. So 0 is fibroids in the cavity, 1 is more than 50% in the cavity, and 2 is less than 50% in the cavity. So 2 it's little bit difficult to deal, but however can be dealt hysteroscopically. Right. So we have done with all the questions. I'll go with the audience questions before the quiz. The scorers are ready with their scores. Audience, identify this instrument. Not related to general OBGY. No. It has the other end of that wire has got some nozzle to attach. कहाँ पे use होता है ये? So I'll give the answer without wasting time. So it is a oocyte aspiration needle, and the pressure, ideal pressure which should be kept is 90 to 120 max, not more than 120, so that the oocyte quality remains well. Second question for the audience we have is identify this test and the diagnosis. Yes. So SSG and what is the other name for this test? Yeah, Priyanka is right. It's Cyan test popularized by Dr. Gautam Allabadia. So this is a PG question. So we have the scores.
Team A is at 97.5 points. Team B at 30 points. Team C at 117.5 points, and Team D at 45 points.
Great. So Team C has gone ahead in this round. They were lagging behind, and Team A, come on, buck up. You have a AMOX round and you have a ultra rapid fire, because we don't have time, so we'll be ultra rapid firing this round. Team B, your first question. Who is the organizing secretary of AMOX 2020, this AMOX conference? Please don't tell. 20 seconds. 20 seconds, Team B, come on. Aata hai, nahi aata hai, we don't have time. No? Okay, no transfer. Amravati team must be knowing this. So yes, anyone of you? Anyone? There are two organizing secretaries. So one answer is right. Pranjal Sharma and Dr. Rashmi Kar. Bahar hi likha hua hai. So you have to be alert. Keep your eyes open. Okay, next question coming up for Team C. Where is AMOX 2021 going to be held? Please don't answer. Team C. 20 seconds. Any guess? Which city?
Lucknow.
AMOX. Wrong answer. Anyone else? Yes, Nashik. Next question for Team D. Be alert. Very easy. Who founded the association of, that is AMOX. Who founded AMOX? Please don't tell. You have an oration by his name. You can say anything. You must have heard the plenary session today. There was an oration by his name. His name also I have told you. So I think 20 seconds. Okay. So the correct answer is late Dr. R.D. Pandit in 1987 founded AMOX Society. Okay. So next question for Team A. Who is the second vice president of AMOX this year, elected for 2020 yesterday?
Her name is in the...
You can tell the answer.
Pashetkar.
No, she's the president. Okay. So that's the wrong answer. Anyone? He's from my society, Pune. Yes. So second vice president is Dr. Kiran Kurtakoti from Pune. So all the teams have got their questions, and audience question is, how many societies are there in AMOX? Just 5 minutes more. You can call him. How many societies? Okay, so there's 41 societies in AMOX, right? So we have the AMOX round done. Now we have the ultra rapid fire round, where you get just 3 questions to be answered in 50 seconds, 5 seconds for each question. 3 questions, 15 seconds, 5 seconds for each question, plus 10 for correct answer, minus 5 for wrong answer. Okay, so you can score plus 30 or you can score minus 15, right? If you get all correct or all wrong, that's what is there. And can I have the cheats, please? Cheats hai kya wo cheats le lena. Take all the cheats and 0. Within 15 seconds you can attempt it again. So again a small randomization so that we don't have a bias to all. So can any one of you from all teams come and select which set of questions you would like to have? किसका स्कोर सबसे कम है? हाँ, so you get first chance. Madam, Bhavna madam, can you write here team B? Yeah, team D. D. So fourth set of question is for you, team B. हाँ, इस पे team D लिखो. Team D. Who is the next team? Yeah. Second set of question is for you, team A, and obviously team C gets third set of questions, that is C. Team C. Can you give it to me? Okay, so this is a small randomization so that each कोई भी एक टीम को difficult level of questions ना जाए. So we have just 3 questions. So team which has got first set of questions is team B. You have got the first set of questions. So I'll be answering you first, asking you first. So ultra rapid fire rules you have got. Shall I start the 15 seconds? Once I say I start, you start. Okay. Only 3 questions, 15 seconds to answer, 10 correct, minus 5 for wrong. 0 for no answer or pass, right? Okay, so team B, your time starts now. What is the most common complication of glycine when used in operative hysteroscopy? Come on.
Pass.
Exit procedure. What is exit? What is the full form of exit?
Next.
You can take the next one. Yeah, you can take the next one. Risk of failed attempt with instruments is more with forceps than vacuum. True or false?
False.
That's right. So they got 2 not answered and 1 was answered correctly. So they get plus 10. No negative marking. Okay. The second set of questions is for team A, right? Okay, so ready? Team A? Your time starts now. What is the maximum amount of pressure maintained during operative hysteroscopy in millimeters of mercury? Come on, ultra rapid fire. You take the next question if you don't know.
Next question.
FITO. What is FITO? Long form of FITO. No? Next question. Keelan's forceps, kiwi and vacuum extractors can be used for rotational deliveries.
False.
True or false?
False.
False. That's wrong. So you get minus 5. That's true. So team, time is up. Okay, so you get 0, 0 and -5. The correct answer is 70 to 100 millimeters of mercury along the British Society of Gynec Endoscopy and ESG. Feto is fetal endoscopic tracheal occlusion. So these are all fetal surgeries. Exit is also fetal surgery. Okay, and the correct answer, that is true. Okay, now ultra rapid fire for team C. Ready?
Yes.
Third set of questions for you. How to control bleeding in hysteroscopy?
Second.
Okay, what is UAE?
Uterine embolization.
Right. Flexion point is located on sagittal suture 3 cm forward to the anterior fontanelle. True or false?
True.
Wrong. -5. First one if you want to take. So they got one correct and one wrong. +10 and -5, that is 5. +5. Right? The correct answers for you are, it is either uterine tamponade using Foley's, or it can be a bipolar coagulation under saline, visualization under saline. UAE is correct what you told, and the last answer is,
3 cm
it should be 3
anterior
cm to posterior fontanelle. Right, forward to posterior fontanelle. Right, so this is there. Now the last team, team D gets the fourth set of questions. It is ready?
Yes.
15 seconds. Okay. Characteristic appearance of endometritis on hysteroscopy. Any one sign of endometritis. Time has started. If you don't know, next question. Pass?
Pass.
PUBS, full form. PUBS. Pass?
Pass.
Trial of operative vaginal delivery can be taken in labor room. Is this true or false?
False.
False, that's right. So trial cannot be taken in labor room, it has to be taken in a operation theatre always. So they get 1 correct and 2 they have not attempted. So they get +10. So team D has scored maximum marks in the last round. Great. So can we have a round of applause for all the teams? Here I complete the quiz, and I thank audience for sitting till the end at 7. I thank the organizers. We had a question on you, madam. Okay. So the answer for these questions are: characteristics appearance of endometritis is stromal edema and micropolyps. PUBS is percutaneous umbilical blood sampling or cordocentesis, and the last option false. They told it right. Okay. There were some questions for tiebreaker as well, but I don't think so. We'll require it. Can we have the scores? Please come here. The scorers, can we come in between and? Can you come? Madam, can we have you? Yeah. So we are going to declare the winners of today's quiz and the scores. Thank you so much. Wonderful to have you. I thank my co-quiz master, Dr. Bhavna and Dr. Lokhande, for taking all these efforts, all these pains for arranging all the things for you. And Dr. Bhavna had conveyed personal messages to all the participants from all over so that they didn't miss the quiz. Elimination round was conducted in the morning. So thanks and hats off to you, Dr. Bhavna.
Hats off to you. You brought such a wonderful thing over here, and it was like really interesting.
Thank you. And we have our organizing secretary here and madam here, Usha Deshmukh madam here. And I would like request them to announce the third runner-up or the fourth team. Can we have mic for madam?
Yes, I'm ready. I think I'm audible.
Everybody is winner. See, at this level, we would have never thought of going into such a big competition, rounds or quiz.
Yes.
So you all are runner-up.
Wonderful,
so we give a bid. Personally, we bow in front of you. If you are challenging your brains, so we are sure that you will be the big personalities after 10 years. So congratulations in advance.
So that I thank all. Did you like the quiz? Okay. And I'm going for the quiz committee Foxy this year, so I request support from Amravati Society.
Sure.
For the chairperson post of Foxy, thank you. So I've been the national coordinator for quiz committee Foxy for last 7-8 years. Now I'll go for the quiz committee. Thank you. Yeah.
The third runner-up is Team B. That is GMC
Neeraj.
GMC Neeraj.
Great. Can we have you here?
So you are not third runner-up. Actually, throughout the Maharashtra.
Yes.
So many medical colleges.
Yeah.
And you stood up.
Yes.
So it's like that. Congratulations.
We'll give it later on. मैडम को अनाउंस करने दो, एक करके बाद में देंगे.
मैडम आप the second runner up. मैडम तुम्हें अनाउंस. Second runner up is.
Team D from Amravati. Team D from Amravati.
Second winner.
Second runner up.
मतलब second runner
up.
Runner winner. Very glad to say it is from Amravati PDMC. Congratulations.
Great. Can we have you ahead? Yeah.
Proud of Amravati.
Second runner. Nilesh sir, तुम्हें दे.
Wonderful. Great.
It's
for you. Thank you. Second runner, first runner up.
आप ही दीजिए ना, माइक छोड़ और सर देख, सर आप और मैडम.
Yes.
Congratulations.